Tops and Tiny right on the mid lane then versus the Kunkka.
Versus Kunkka.
Wants to be able to punish Thompson for being so far out here. He's going to go for the Flame Break and the Firefly, but an instant TP win out. Meanwhile, First Blood does get claimed bottom by Seb. Mid one, he's going to take time out in the jungle here, but Thompson, he runs right past Always Want to Fly. He's going to go for V2, really wants to be able to get on top of him. V2, and he's put himself in a beautiful little corner here to pump out some damage. Nobody time just yet. Thompson picks up a tree and chucks it over at the support Always Want to Fly. He goes down, but they didn't get their original target. V2 survives and gets a double kill.
Directly, we're going to take this tier 1. Instead, he gets caught by Beastmaster anyways.
Nice.
Just on the opposite side. And
they do have the Torrent Folk, but that's certainly not going to be enough.
Yeah, that's a huge kill, right? He was on a dominating kill streak.
From the Abaddon, he's going to join in and save Thompson's life. Roger heads back to that bounty room. He did steal the Euphonic Shield to toss over, but doesn't land in time. No Tail finds that his ultimate's going to be popped here automatically. You're going to try and go for General. More TPs are going to be coming in here. He's going to be able to get the combo with that. Finishes off General. Roger, with his Euphonic Shield, it does make himself rather tanky. He's going to re-steal it again. And Iceberg is finally going to be able to show up. He can get an X on somebody here, tries to go for the blind torrent, misses. Thompson turns around on him. And now this is some rotations for Flight of Moon. That's going to go terribly as Iceberg immediately woken up. But here comes the saving grace. It's going to be the draw range, and the stun comes out from the vent. They throw off the damage, and all of a sudden OG are melting. Thompson hopes for one last attempt at a kill. Some damage goes out. And, well, he does manage to at least kill Iceberg on his way.
Dude, drop hurts, man. That's crazy how much damage that does. They've given her some stat gains buffs and random base agilities and base armors. A lot of her stats. She's just the same hero that suddenly, as we see top, Seb overextending just a bit. The creeps and Tidebringer him down, and he is not able to be independent on the map this game. He kind of stuck playing with his team all game, so he's going to be under leveled for a while.
Even better if he has the strength to just threaten people. The boat's going to come in here. It's going to land on the no-tail. He pops Borrow time to soak up that damage. They're trying to play around this tier 1 tower, but now Seb coming in from the side. Primal Roar goes out. Roger actually stealing the borrowed time there from no-tail. Tries to soak up as much damage as possible at Thompson. He gets hit by the torrent. Will slow down for the frost arrows. Beautifully played by Flight of Moon. Really pulling OG back behind that tier 1 tower farther and farther. And now I think they're hoping to be able to find another kill, but General, he should find it a little difficult to get a lasso on anybody with no tail kind of sitting around. Couple of shots. Oh, one arrow straight to the belly sleepers, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And here we go, the classic EU.
You gotta be careful. Swap back into the Drill Ranger. General has his Firefly up. The X pulled him back in, but another swap from Always Want to Fly. He says, I'll give up my life if I can bring down Thompson. He may not even have to do that. The Euphonic Shield was keeping him alive for a little bit. Now the lasso's gonna go down and catch Saksa. So for support, but with the Thompson kill on top of that.
And the rest of Flight of Moon are smoked up, ready to go for round 5.
Oh, Thompson meets that 4-man Smoke Ink with a nicely timed avalanche.
Can't believe nobody got a spell off there.
Don't walk into that high ground. Oh, it's always dangerous, but Roger, he's feeling good about it. He's like, I've got a Euphonic Shield. It's gonna be fine, guys. It's gonna be fine. No, it's not fine at all. I'm dead, and I might have just killed Iceberg too. Always Want to Fly. He's gonna be there to save him. Nice Gus push back, and the boat's gonna come in as well. That actually may turn things around as Thompson getting quite low, but General doesn't feel like he can commit, nor should he with no tail ready to go with that Euphonic Shield. Always removing those sticky napalm stacks, slowing down the damage. But Thompson, he's running the opposite direction of the rest of his team. They all went up, and he ran down and to the right. Does separate them a little bit, but fortunately the rest of his team shows back up in time to bail him out. Gets a kill on the bench as well. Flame break, bump onto 3, but that's going to be the end of it.
One of the most common counter picks, and then it even became a carry, and that's when you know we've really lost our minds.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, if OG does go for that invasion. Seb's going to be found. He's focusing on controlling up his boards and such, but he is very tanky. But Iceberg is there to meet him on the other side, and this is Seb all alone here in the top lane.
And man, I'll quote the without him. They have siege control of the triangle, maybe going to get a ward up if possible. Because No Tail does plus a sentry.
This rotation, it's going to surprise Flight of Moon. Surely he's going to be able to hop on in, be able to catch out, Always Want to Fly, and Iceberg in that beautiful initiation of theirs. Instantly, those two heroes are gone, and Flight of Moon's on the run.
And they're in a bad and shielding him. So Tiny, he's on his own. Like, he's doing his job independent of what his team's doing, so he's just going to capitalize on their movements, right?
They're just like, don't leave me! Don't leave me! behind. Oh God!
See?
Oh no, General! It is an attempt. Oh God, and they're gonna lose the gem too. No-Tail picks it up. What a disaster. He tried to stick around. He tried to make sure always want to fly. He held the door open for him. He was motioning, come on, buddy, you can make it. And then they both get whomped on by Thompson's Aghanim's pickup. And now with a toss back of Iceberg, he's going to be in some trouble. Tossed right into the arms of mid. Unfortunately, Heaven's Halberd really slows down that damage.
He's just going to Satanic right back to full.
Firing out at V2. Nice turnaround for Stab. With the Body Shield as well. So that's going to keep the Primal Roar down. Problem is they're still fighting 3 versus 5. And now Iceberg has been tossed back into potentially his doom. The gust goes out, but it's not enough to save him. Torrent Storm. There's the Torrent.
Oh
He
my
never
God.
got it off. The swap back game does manage to kill Soxa here. Mid one going all the way into the fountain here. V2, is he going to die underneath the fountain? Mid one's going for a BKB. Dive a little bit more, putting spin lasso pulled back. Thank God he didn't have the Divine Rapier. They're going to buy back on V2 as well. And surely they've got it done. They do telekinesis. That's going to stop No-Tail. So they lose no barracks. They don't lose a tier.
But with Satanic, still a very good item.
Yeah, certainly. Can we get some sort of swap play in? Roshan, it's so low. They're going to have to... Oh, OG is actually going to take the fight to them here as they come out. They have the Hawk with the vision. The 2 supports, they've been kind of out of position. The swap back onto Roger. He gets on the Infine Shield. Torrent Storm's going to go down. Actually landing nicely onto these 2 heroes, but V2 has been chased away so far. He's going to turn around and kill Soxa with the lasso combination, but that's just the support. It took him so long to kill him too. And now V2's being chased by the Gyrocopter. He got hit by the air split. Unfortunately, the rest of the team is there to bail him out, but Iceberg is still in some trouble. It looks like Midwat didn't care that there was 4 heroes all sitting around the same area. He just BKB, manned up just like he did in the fountain. He's going to do it again. Try chase out V2. Another 4-step. Close to the fountain. He does get saved by the Lincoln. Now the turnaround. Getting the damage in. Gyrocopter in trouble. Midwat is the go-to once again. He throws it away. No-Tail. He dies as well. The Roshan.
It's at like
Roshan
10%.
is super low. Is OG going to buy back? I think they have to.
They have job one opportunity.
Yeah, but I know swap back. That's going to be enough to save the Drill Ranger for now. Trapped inside, top thin.
Freaking like 1200 range.
Here comes a Torrent Storm, and Mid-One, he's being chain stunned quite a bit. They're going to go for Seb now. Another Torrent just barely misses Seb. Left-hand side, No-Tail trying to bail out Thompson. Thompson is able to get away, but No-Tail does go down. That's a dieback for him.
Thompson had the cheese.
Force that wall, you need as much cheap damage as you can get.
Yeah, and you're also going for the Enchanted Quiver play where you want as much value out of one hit as possible. So like, it just makes sense.
The smoke's gonna break, General. He knows they're somewhere here on the high ground. They drop a ward. They see telekinesis to lead off on Thompson. The follow-up. There goes the lasso, but immediately gets interrupted there. And now the turnaround as General finds himself Primal Roar, and the rest of his team still on the low ground. As Seb, he's gonna be able to help catch Roger as well. Always want to fly. Goes for a TP out. And he'll be good there, but we may have a buyback on General. No buyback. One kill, ready to die, but never will.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. Did they still have the gem? Did they get it back? They did.
They did. Okay. Yeah, when No-Tail died, I believe the gem dropped, and Always Want to Fly. It's going a little bit later with the initiation from Seth. Swap back from Always Want to Fly. He gives up his life to be able to bail out General here. Stolen ult there. The Gyrocopter ult call down drops on X marks the spot. Once they get in the tier 4 fountain area, they could stay there for a very long time.
Yeah.
Stab, he's initiating General Blink as well, but he doesn't quite catch him in time.
The pre-casted roar, and then General just blinks right into it.
Yeah, that's brutal. Blink for blink, and now OG.
Oh my God, the damage.
Yeah, he's putting it out. He's like dead. He almost lost his Aegis, but they did get the melee barracks. Now they can spend their time. Oh no, Thompson looks left for mega creeps.
At what point do you put the plate mail over the treads for Mid-One?
Yeah. I think you're actually right on the money there, but oh, the damage! Soxa just blinks in. All of a sudden, the Drill Ranger gets blown up and dead for 2 minutes. So that's it. That's the game right there, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 1 does go to OG, as many probably would have predicted.
Yeah, you see the power of ET right there, right? It's just like, let's just buff up what we're already doing. We don't need a hero that offers us anything new. We just need all of that amplification. And I know Kyle is just going to go nuts over there on the...
Yep.
Okay, you know, just once again, teaching Cap a thing or two as we work together here. We do see the abandoned absolute last pick in response to the battle.
You also suggested off-lane Riki.
With a meteor.
And I said to you, absolutely not. I can't see Riki anywhere else but safe lane. Mid-one's committing for it. Is he gonna get this first blood? He needs the Aphotic Shield to pop and he gets it.
Aphotic Shield does pop damage before the damage is registered, so...
No cap. It was yesterday, and I was like, you know, like, oh, we're seeing Quas Wex. I feel like we're seeing mostly Exort. He's like, no, I feel like I'm seeing more Quas Wex. It just depends on who we're watching.
This is like unranked.
You know, shall not be named. I'm not trying to put people down here, Brian.
If it was Kyle, that makes a lot more...
Is that sticky napalm? Ruining that turn rate.
Yeah, the turn rate nerf on Sticky Napalm was pretty impactful, though.
Yeah.
Going from 40% or 70% to 40%. If you think about it, you used to have 30% turn rate, and now you have 60%. So they basically gave everyone double the turn rate against Battle Rider level 1. It's pretty noticeable.
And it's going to be pretty noticeable here, where Always Want to Fly is going to die.
Always Want to die. And I love it when people lose their lane, instead of like trying to go back to an unwinnable lane, like Thompson's already beating.
Dude, he's got 21 charges, Thompson. That looks like this time you've been debated, sir. Dude, yeah. Roger had a Fairy Fire and 21 cap rotate.
Yeah, absolutely. I knew what you were going for there.
Two-man smoke up, and Soxa runs right into the open arms of Iceberg. A little slow on the combo, though, aren't we, Iceberg? What was that? Actually not going to be able to get this kill. Two-man RP, but here comes Always Want to Fly. Maybe they'll actually get a more important kill here. Seb kind of put himself in danger. Fortunately, he's got no tail around.
They have no damage here on OGA, like...
Yeah, but then again, Fly to Moon are also a little bit lacking in damage around that Abaddon. And Always Want to Fly is going to get caught out by Thompson.
Yeah, I took that fourth here, and that's your laning opponent. You're not really rotating all that much on clock, because if you rotate too much, you and Tiny are basically doing the same job at that point, and then nobody's farming. So, as we see OG diving again, Thompson's back for some more. Iceberg's also here.
Iceberg is going to go in against 4 by himself, basically. A little bit hit and run tactics. Not enough to kill anybody just yet. Thompson, tree goes out, but a Aphotic Shield. That'll block some of the damage here. But a general goes for the hook shot, hits the Abaddon instead. That's not what he wanted. He does have his battery salt out. No tails left on very low HP. Mid-one's going to try and man-fight it up. Dodging a little bit more. Soxa pops the God Strength and finishes off General. His first rotation, and it goes completely awry. As now Iceberg may find himself killed next to his tier 2 tower. Roger, please save me, buddy. The avalanche slows down the damage. Bottle hits, but it's not good enough. They're going to dive into the tier 2, and there's no response from anybody else. I mean, they've got the Terror Blade. He just wants to keep farming. Roger's going to get dove underneath the tier 1, and I guess damage isn't the issue anymore. Roger tosses mid-1 back into the tier 1 tower, but the tower, it's busy focusing on creeps, so nobody from OG will die. V-Tune will get a tier 1.
To not lower your move speed anymore has been pretty noticeably impactful at this stage in the game, where usually you weren't comfortable enough to siege towers with meta, because people could chase you out and catch you on your retreat.
Anybody who shows up the bottom lane is just dead.
That is the dead lane cap. Are strong enough to not only take their tower, but also defend your own. It's the most map control you can acquire this early on in the game, I think, is what people are realizing, since your own outpost being not capturable by the opponent team.
Right.
Just makes it that much easier. They had 5 heroes in the bottom lane for what, like 2 minutes in a row?
Yeah, Always Want to Fly. He's being chased underneath that terror tower, but they do have two-man smoke coming in from behind, plus now TP rotation.
There we go.
It's going to get real interesting real quick. Iceberg gets a nice combination on a mid-one. Seb looking to protect his carry, throws out the RP, but there's so many heroes here. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get away from this one. Mid-one pops out looking for a blink strike, but no opportunity in range. Fly to Moon, nicely baited by Always Want to Fly.
This is the benefit of V-Tune taking that tower top one at a time. You know, as long as you are prepared to respond to the aggression, it's perfectly fine to be there. As we see, OG trying to catch Clockwork out, no mana.
Yeah, only has 4 wand charges, and that's certainly not enough.
There's a lot of creeps that are not hit here. We hit heroes.
I mean, it's going to be pretty interesting when he has Battle Fury and Empower and just kind of hops in there against the Terror Blade. I'm not sure if that's going to be effective or not. Iceberg burned out of his mana. In trouble here. Didn't get a chance, really, to...
Immediate solo kill threat from even the Sen stun. Honestly, that's a really early accept coming out from Thompson here. They making a move on that mid tower.
Big bold flame break, little things to poke at OG, see if they can force him back, but OG will not be deterred. They have that siege wagon up. They really want to take this tower. They're going to go for the dives to make sure it happens. Always when a flag goes down first, but Iceberg, he blinks in, tries to make that initiation to Thompson. Doesn't really stick, nor does General's jump, as he didn't even throw out his hook shot there. He's going to wait to use it on Saksa, so at least they do find a trade-off there, 1-for-1. A buyback was actually used there from Always One of...
Never seen a support spin this patch.
Yeah, I have to imagine, like, I could see a rush Ags not be too bad. Nice toss back there from Iceberg underneath V2. Now it is just Edaban, who Always Want to Fly. That double damage mid-1 Riki. Gotta watch out if you're supporting this game.
94 plus 145. You have the Claymore, you have the Empower, and the
RP skewer back into the rest of the team with the AoE stun of the Stormhammer. A beautiful combination that kills the two supports, and OG can finally play.
Force staff. It's obviously nice against the Riki in the mag, but I don't know, man. That's a lot of that's your early item. It's not like a Veno where you do like a shit ton of damage or just your abilities tries the man to dodge that EMP. This is not Arteezy, nor is it Mickey that we saw earlier. But it's fine if you miss your spells. Just sunder your support.
Yeah, Always Want to Fly. So this is no big deal. I got the Tranquility to toss back again. This time on Seb, he is able to get the skewer away. Looks like a little bit farther down. We have the hook shot on in onto Thompson. That's a way more important kill, as No Tail was too busy trying to save his other allies to get to Thompson. Now mid-1's in some trouble. Blink strike away.
You can just shield off the dot.
Oh no, he tossed back a creep. It got in the way. No Tail. He'll be hit by the low ground shots on the Terror Blade.
That's actually super annoying. They can't dust the Riki because you can abandon shield off the dust.
Yeah, skewer back in. Seb catches V2 and his illusions, but I'm not sure if he wanted to do that. Iceberg takes that opportunity to pull Seb back into the fight that he started in the first place. And Force Staff, there goes General. He's going to be able to grab some people here. And buybacks are coming out from OG. They're going to try and turn around on General. A Photic Shield stolen by Roger is going to be able to wake General up from that stun. RP for a second there. Seb, that's not the real Terror Blade. Quickly realizes too. Can't stick around for the 20-minute bounty runes. Now RP skewered together.
That was sick.
That was nicely let up, but Iceberg's still alive until they get the Force Staff surrounding him. Make sure he can't get his hands on any of those bounty runes either. Oh,
immediate smoke.
Immediate smoke up from OG. They say there's only 3 alive from Fly to Moon, and Meta's down.
This is a map sweep smoke. Even if they don't catch somebody, which it looks like they are going to catch them, the rest of Fly to Moon has to play so scared until they see this, as they clock already TV back to base. That 6 slot of timing super early. Scotty complete.
Yep, he has the Scotty, so he's very much ready to fight. They're going to get the toss back on a No Tail here. Not really the ideal target, but they're still going to be able to find some other heroes here. OG, they're being slowed down by this Scotty. They do have that tiny very, very low. It looks like mid-1 might be able to pick up the kill, but no. Actually, Lasso pulled back. Mid-1's in some trouble. The RP goes out, but it doesn't stop the damage from V2 as he lays it out. They do have that big Sunstrike combo there, but it didn't really come to effect. Nobody really got caught by that. Just a bit of harmless damage on a General. Okay, a little bit of meatball action there on V2, bringing him a little bit low, but he still has a Sunder, turns it on to Thompson. Thompson now down to half health, but they need some disables, they need some stuns. V2, he needs to be able to pump out the damage on people. Looks like he's got some eyes finally onto Thompson, but he's getting skewered back into the tier 2, but he doesn't give a damn. Now let that damage out, finish off the Invoker, and they're turning Saksa's trying to, but it's a 4 position. Sven with the Force Staff, you know, so many damage Saksa underneath the towers. V2 just doesn't care. He goes to the DP out, spotted.
Oh my God.
Stormhammer comes in just in time, and V2 not having a Sunder anymore means he's just damn dead.
Him, they just don't have damage. They really don't have any damage.
Yeah.
And he died right at the start of the fight. Surprised he's going for a Scotty as opposed to like a Manta. Just some ease of execution item where if they catch him with some dust, he can push it. And in this case, he's about to get blown up again by Tiny. He brought down to about 20%, but that's just not enough. As Tiny blew his entire load right at the start there, and he's got nothing left in the canister.
Yeah, a little awkward too because General hook-shotted out
over the minutes of this game.
100 gold at a time. 25-minute bounty runes, and OG going for the invasion inside the triangle. Hook shot going out, trying to defend his allies from that mid-1 Riki. Didn't really get the lockdown he was looking for, and it looks like Roger will be feasted upon by the Riki Maro. Now they're going to look to the left-hand side where I always want to fly. The next support will die. Double kill.
They're slowed by 50%.
Hook shot blocked by a Forge Spirit. That was just beautiful by Thompson. Iceberg still managed to go in after the agents picked up, though. And so his life is now forfeit, as is maybe Generals if Seb. He's got the RP, but he didn't see anybody.
Itemizing purely against the Terrorblade, that goes up in value a lot this game compared to most other games, as he does commit to the Butterfly buying the Eagle Song.
Chill, mid one, damn.
At least he's not in their fountain just yet.
Yeah, not yet. Give him time, though.
Oh,
Give
Fountain
him
goes
time.
down. That's a dieback.
That is a very big dieback, as OG, they got to get out of here.
Still utilize that window. They might wait for Invoker. They'll have like 50 seconds where there's no meta and there is an Invoker.
Yeah, that's why Iceberg is looking for more kills, but mid one, he was sitting there on the high ground, and he makes mid. Oh, an RP that completely whipped. And V2 sees an opportunity. Was that an RP whipped by the Rubik as well? I think so.
Yes, wow.
Double whipped RP. Don't see that every day, ladies and gentlemen. Soxa has the force staff to get himself down the cliff. No tail, though he doesn't have his borrowed time. So that's going to be 2 extra kills and all the cost.
The map opener for Flight of Moon here, as they now can
Oh, the hook shot.
Oh, he has Aegis still, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to be good or not. They could definitely take away this Aegis. What's going to happen on the second life, though? Soxa, he's going to show up. Seb, he's here as well. Nice 2-man stun. No longer having the meta means this Terrorblade may not be as effective anymore. The Cox push back immediately on mid one. And with the buyback, actually, they are going to be able to get the last one. They actually finish him off. They try to help out mid one. He does get saved. Blink strike away. Up to the high ground he goes. And, well, Fly to Moon. They're just going to back away. No, they're not. Iceberg goes back in and quickly takes down Soxa. Does decent amount of damage to mid one as well. The back away again. Oh, he's got the level 20 blink strike.
Yeah.
This is when supports don't have a game anymore.
Positioning no longer exists.
Yeah.
You cannot play around that. What I think it turns into 1100 blink range, 1200.
Yeah, I think it's actually, yeah, something like that.
Just like the PA cast range buff.
Sudden strike. Okay, but mid. Oh no. They saw an opportunity. They're going to be able to get the RP skewered back with a 425 extra range. They pull them all the way back into the tier 3 area. They don't immediately have the lasso to remove it, but it doesn't really matter. V2's left alone. Deafening Blast slows down his damage. They're going to pop the glyph now to try and do some more work onto OG, but they're all pretty tanky here. And mid one, he's not scared of the Terrorblade by himself. It's a 1v5 after all. V2. He does have his Sunder, so they got to be.
In this case, the cast range is quite impactful.
Yeah. And especially, he always has that problem, right? Hook shot immediately. That's an Aghanim Scepter double hook. That's going to be enough chain stun. Mid one.
Mid one is
fade
nuts.
away his godlike streak. He is on one tonight.
Not in a good way.
Not super split right now. I'm an OG. They somehow know that. Maybe because of their wards, and they're going to be able to catch V2 here. It's got Manta and Meta. The smoke screen, though, it's going to be so problematic. Scotty slowing him down a lot. Tries to turn around to get off the Thunder, but here comes the Cataclysm. 2-man Sunstrike. It's there. General's going to be able to help him out, though. Nice Cox holding back Soxa. At the same time, Thompson's just being obliterated by this damage. But the only thing it's saving right now is the disarm that was on V2's actual hero. His illusions almost did the trick, but Thompson slides away deep into the night with that Ghost Walk, and less General, he's going to find him. Re-ups it with the Aghanim Scepter and finds the hook shot, giving V2 the...
Got a game on our hands. It's dead even. Down a lane of Rax is OG, but they also have the Aegis. It's all about the map control here. Who jumps who? And we see Thompson. He's almost dead full to 0.
That was an 1800 damage crit. Did I just see that? Oh, the flame break. It's not going to be enough. He regens way too much with the Quas build. Always able to fly. He dies for his attempt on... the Invoker's life.
They didn't wait because the meta was already out. I didn't realize he popped it that early on in the fight.
Yeah. Now it just keeps on jumping in. Mid-one sees an opportunity.
Oh.
Dude, like that smoke screen catches Iceberg right as he goes for the jump baiting, but pops a Minotaur Horn. Does manage to get the toss back. Bashed up though. Telekinesis doesn't last for long. Cross shot one. Cox push back a force down. And he managed to get off the cheese. I'm saying, and now the RP into the... Oh, so beautiful. Thompson, he'll finish it off in style. They have a couple of buybacks, but only 2 for Flight of Moon, and it's looking like OG with that kind of sick wombo combo may have just ended this series.
You couldn't even see the individual beams of the Cataclysm. They're all right on top of each other. It just looked like a one ray of absolute death. As they call the call.
They're not even going to try.
They showed signs of life.
Yeah, they certainly did.
I was happy to see them fight back. They even took that Rax, and I would say mid one as a carry player, the one thing they get to learn